want to add a Windows node to it. Okay, because in Windows we don't have a SSH. And normally, if you want, you can install a SSH client, SSH server component in Windows and do it, but that is not the normal way we will be doing it, right? So let's see, how do I add a Linux-based, sorry, Windows-based node to the cluster? So for that, let us bring up a Windows machine on my Amazon. Let's go to Amazon. So ensure that you are in your respective region. And there, click on the launch instance. Repeat. If I go to EC2, click on EC2, and click on instances running. And there, click on the launch instance. And here, let us select the Windows Server Base 2019. So we'll use the Windows 2019 server. Select that. So I'm choosing Windows 2019. Okay. And this is also T3A micro is more than enough. Okay. So select the instance type as T3A micro. And next, configure instance. And in storage, now you can see it is looking for 30 GB because Windows need minimum of at least 20 to 25 GB for the OS installation. So 30 GB is more than enough. So no changes in this page. And the name tag, let me add trainer-batch1. You can use your trainer ID and then you can call it as Windows node. Trainee ID hyphen Windows node. Let's add that. And then next, configure security group. And you can select a existing security group and training, which is similar to the same one. And then click on review and launch. And click on launch. It is going to ask you for the key for that server. Select your respective key and then click on launch instance. Okay. Windows, it's going to take some time to bring up because when the Windows is coming up, it has to generate a password. Okay. So to get that password, we need at least 4 minutes. Let's wait for that. So by the time you can also complete your bringing up the instance, we'll try it after 2 minutes to get the password. Okay. Let me try now whether the password is generated. So select the Windows machine and there you will see option called connect. Okay. So select your Windows machine and click on connect. You will see option called RDP client. Click on that. And then you will see option called get password. So let me repeat. In the instances, you can select your Windows machine and then click on connect. You will see a RDP client and you will see option called get password. Okay. And there you can browse your PIM file. So the PIM file which we shared, right? So just browse that. So this is my PIM file. And then click on decrypt password. You will get the password. Just save it somewhere safe. And you can see the username is administrator. Let me copy that also. And then you can download the remote desktop file. So let me repeat. In the instances, you are selecting your Windows node and click on connect and go to the RDP client, where when you click on get password, you can browse your PIM file and decrypt it. and then you can get your download the remote desktop file, and also you can copy the username. Now let us open the RDP file which was downloaded. So you will get a something like this, and click on connect, and you will get a option to enter the password. Okay, there you can paste the password. Let's see whether this method is working. Click OK. You will get a prompt like this. Click on yes, and you should be connected to the remote desktop. Just like this prompt, you can give yes. So this is my Windows machine. I'm going to do the similar activity what we have done on the Linux server. So I want Java to be installed on this machine. Okay. At the same time, but if you see the server version of Windows, it is not going to allow you to install any software that much easily, because it will restrict you to download applications via the browser. So first, let me disable that restriction. So go to the search bar in the Windows 19 and then type in server manager. Just type in server, you will get a server manager. Inside the RDP, I'm running server manager. On the left hand side, click on the local server. Okay. And once you click on the local server, you will have an option called IE Enhanced Security Configuration. Right? Just click on that and switch it off for all the users and the administrator. Okay. Let me repeat. Under the local server, you will have a IE Enhanced Security Configuration. By default, it will be on. Let us switch it off for the administrator and the user and click OK. After that, open the browser. There, just Java, search for Java. Download. Just go to java.com. Click on Java download. And then agree and start free download. And run the Java. So it will give you the prompt. Click on install. Let me wait for the Java installation to complete. So it's running in the background. For me, the Java installation was complete. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to install Git for Windows. Git for So just go to this URL. So in this URL, download the 64-bit Git for Windows setup and then run it directly. So I'm not going to change any of the option. Just give all the default options. Just click install. It will ask a lots of things. I'm not changing anything. Let me connect to my master Jenkins from the node via the browser. Okay. So let me copy the URL. This is my URL, right? I'm going to browse this. So I'm going to connect to my master Jenkins via browser from the node. From the node, I'm browsing the master Jenkins UI. Now there, go to manage Jenkins, manage nodes and clouds. And let me create a new node. And let me copy this. Let me name it as like Windows and select it as permanent agent. Okay. Dashboard, manage Jenkins, manage nodes and clouds, and then new node. And let me name it as Windows. And I'm going to keep it as a permanent agent. Click OK. Of executors, let me mark it as 3. And in the remote directory, I may need to provide a directory. So let me create a directory in the C drive. So this PC in the C drive. Let me create a directory called Jenkins. Because Jenkins has to download all those files, right? So the workspace and all those things. So let me create a directory and let me put the directory in the remote directory. In the C drive, I'm creating a Jenkins directory and I'm going to provide that. And then in the label, let me call it as Windows and only build a job with label expression matching this node. So the next thing is the launch method. I'm going to choose launch agent by connecting it to the master. I'm going to run a program in the master and I'm going to do that. And for that, I need to enable a port communication. Okay. If you remember in the security, I have shown that option. So let's do that. Prior to that, let me just save it. Other than that, I'm not going to make any changes. Just click save. Okay. Before coming and connecting to this node, let me go back to the dashboard. Let me open the dashboard in new window and manage Jenkins. And there, under configure global security, there will be option agents, TCP port for inbound agents, right? Click on the fixed and give the number as 50,000 is the default port for agent communication. Okay, so let me repeat. Dashboard, manage Jenkins, and under configure global security, I'm going to specify on which port number it should look out for the agent communication. So select the fix and then put the port number as 50,000. So basically, by default, the agent communication port will be disabled. I'm enabling them and I'm defining on which port number it should be listening. So the next thing I'm going to do is, I haven't changed the Jenkins URL today, right? Because in the agent installation, it is going to provide a URL where the Jenkins URL will be used. So it will be passed like pointing to the older one. So let us update it. So dashboard, manage Jenkins and configure system. Let us change the Jenkins URL to the new IP. So we have this Jenkins URL field, right? Let us change it to the new IP. Let us save this. You can go back to the node section. Manage Jenkins, manage nodes and clouds, and click on Windows. And you will see option like this. So either I can download this jar file and connect it using that, or otherwise you can directly click on the launch, and this will ask you to whether to run the JNLP file. Click on run. You can see a new window with a small thing, and you can see it is hosting, it is connected. And if you go to the nodes, now you can see the Windows node is coming into the active mode. So basically, this JNLP file, which I'm downloading, will enable the communication with the master and the slave.